3, 2, 1. Hey, CMFMC, we are glad you're here. We are celebrating Christmas a week early.
No, the day before Thanksgiving.
A month early.
Hey, this year we can celebrate Christmas whenever we want.
It's a month early.
It's okay.
We're actually getting ready for...
Oh, it is a month early because it's like the 25th. Oh, my word.
Good for you.
All right. Sorry.
No, it's all right. We're doing that because we're getting ready for our new series, which is what? What is it?
Oh, Christmas playlist.
Christmas playlist. And we're going to be pulling out Christmas songs and looking at the songs of Christmas in Scripture, which I can tell you there's 4. There's Mary, Simeon, Zechariah, and
the
Angels song. Thank you. There's 4. But then we're also going to be looking at...
We talked about that beforehand.
We did.
So
we did.
I wasn't just reading his mind.
She
Sorry.
was. But then there's also songs that we're going to be looking at with those secular songs that we're going to have in the playing as well. So we're looking at that. But this week we're just kind of preparing us to get ready to get into Christmas. We're coming out of Thanksgiving, even though... Have we had Thanksgiving yet?
No.
We're pre-recording it.
That's tomorrow. Thanksgiving's tomorrow.
Hopefully you're preparing your stomach now.
Did you take your turkey out of the freezer?
If
not,
it's too late
now.
now.
Now you may have it by Friday.
I mean, you can always fry it frozen.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, that's a very bad idea because they explode.
I know they do.
They explode. AKA every single Thanksgiving video you've ever watched of turkeys flying out of fryers. Yeah, don't do that. So we're just gonna get wrapping into Christmas. Did you like how I did that?
Sorry.
Did you like that pun? That is called a dad pun. Wow, that was totally unplanned too. But we're just going to talk about that. Coming into some of the announcements that we have, we are hosting Homeless Shelter this week. So if you have any extra time and you'd like to come help out or you'd like to come see what that's about, there's some forms that you got to fill out for that through ICRH.
They're at the FLC all day tomorrow. So, yeah.
So come hang out and spend some time with some pretty amazing families and people. And, just volunteer. If you have some extra time the rest of this week and you'd like to spend the night, make sure you can, not with us, over at the FLC. I mean, we have a futon. You could do it.
We have a couch, a futon. We have about 3 beds up in the guest room.
You could do it. That's fine. Just let us know first. But over at the FLC and helping out with ICRH, make sure to sign up. You can do on Sign Up Genius through ICRH, or you can call us.
If it's working.
If it's working. Hopefully it's up by now. I would assume it's up by now. Some of the other things that are going to be happening in the next few weeks, we'll be having a society meeting on December 6th after service, where it's going to be I say it's a fast meeting. We're going to be voting on a few things. There's a time frame in that meeting. It's not going to be a one and done type thing, but it's going to be a time framed thing with Robert's Rules of Order in there. We're going to be voting for board, cabinet, delegate, budget for the next year. You'll want to make sure to do that. There's going to be 2 different options. As of right now, as we're filming this, if you've heard differently, sorry, then follow what we're doing then. But as of filming this, we're going to have an in-person meeting with a Zoom option. So that means that you can be on Zoom, and there's certain ways in which that you can ask questions on Zoom. We're asking you to please send in your questions ahead of time. We'll be sending stuff out, but make sure to email your questions to the office. And then we will make sure to answer those questions before we vote.
And that way it'll streamline the process.
Streamlines it, number one. And number two, quite honestly, if everybody has questions and they're asking either A, the same question, or we have a 10-minute story with the question, or we don't have time for that. I'm sorry. We just don't. And we're going to try to streamline that process so it doesn't take us 3.5 hours to do an hour meeting. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
That being said, make sure to send in those questions. We'll try to get to the questions that are live, but really with the time frame, we might not get to all those questions. We'll be voting. And I know it will be asked to do that. So that's actually coming from the board and pastor's cabinet both. So make sure to look at that. We also have some caroling coming up in December. We got some other activities in December that we're going to be looking at doing. And on December 20th is our big Christmas Sunday morning shindig thing.
Oh, yeah. We're here.
Yeah, you're here. And then Christmas Eve service, I can already tell you, even a month before, Christmas Eve service is going to be at 4:30 on Christmas Eve. Now, again, depending on life and COVID and stuff, right now we're planning in person. So as of filming this, it hopefully is.
Well, it'll be online too, because won't you guys
stream it? Yes, we're actually
going
to stream it online. So for those that aren't here for Christmas Eve, we will, or for Christmas, we will stream that video and go accordingly. Then there's also a planning a New Year's Eve party over at 8 to 8 in Shepherd. So more details to follow on that. There'll be some other things, other surprises, other fun stuff. But we're going with Christmas playlist as our series. So we're going to talk Christmas. And we're going to it's going to be quick. You ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Don't look at my questions.
Oh, I probably read them, and I don't even remember what they are.
Right.
So,
what's the best or worst Christmas present you ever received?
Oh, my word. Really?
Yep. That was a good warm-up question. We want you to think Christmas. So as we ask these questions, you too ask questions. And you can steal these questions and ask people in your family. You can ask people, by the way, my Christmas ugly sweater, disc golf.
Okay, so
best or worst?
The one that just sticks out to me is when I got my flute.
Wow. You saying that's the worst Christmas present?
No, one of the best.
Oh, all right, cool.
Why would it be a worst?
I don't know. I forgot I said what's the best. I thought I said what's the worst.
No, I don't know what the worst was.
So,
I blocked it out of my
best or worst Christmas present I've ever received. Nintendo. Brendan points to him. Afraid not, kid.
The worst? No.
Worst one? No.
Yes. Oh, well, we were talking about the worst, and then you pointed to yourself.
Yeah, no. Describe a Christmas present you wanted as a kid, but you never received.
A horse.
Really?
And I'm allergic to them. A horse, yeah. I'd go feed the horses down the street. Again, lived in Texas. We had horses in town.
Never wanted a horse?
You did.
I
wanted a horse so bad that when I went down to Mexico City with the school, I made up that I actually took a picture of a horse and told my mom I bought it for 50 pesos.
That could actually happen too.
No, that's why I loved it.
That's awesome. I wanted an airplane. I didn't get one.
Like a flyable airplane? Like
an actual airplane.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry. No. Like what? I didn't know if it was a toy or
well, that's all I can afford. But...
or an actual real one.
No, like an actual airplane.
Gotcha.
Name something about Christmas that most people like, but you hate, or that you at least dislike. I can think of one. What? I hate snow. I hate it. I hate it with passion.
Of course, everybody that grew up with snow probably feels the same way. Me, we didn't grow up with snow, so I love it.
Okay.
Well, I love it when I can watch it outside.
It can happen on Christmas Eve. It can happen on Christmas Day. It could even happen the day after Christmas, but then it has to go away. Like, ooh, I rhymed.
Yeah, you do realize that we live in a northern state, and that doesn't happen.
Dude, we lived in North Dakota. How much did it snow there?
It was too cold to snow there.
Just saying.
You know, I saw a post on our on our time
Yeah,
hop
I saw
that said it was 1 degree 7 years ago.
Today.
Yeah.
Today. So as we're
7
posting,
years ago.
as we're doing this, yesterday was 70 some degrees in Michigan, and it's not that now, but it was. What don't you like about Christmas that most people do?
Oh, there's one song that I cannot stand. It's
Chestnuts roasting
that's it.
on an open fire.
Can't
Jack
stand
Frost nipping at
song.
your nose.
at all. It makes me cringe
It
every
does.
time. Oh my word.
We have to actually turn down the radio in the car because of it. Like every time it comes on, like we can't play it.
That's like the one thing that comes to my mind. Oh boy.
I thought of another one.
Okay.
Like the cleanup after the whole wrapping paper fiasco. Like the cleanup part.
That's when you get a trash bag and you do it as you're opening gifts because then you
Just,
don't have to do it at the
true,
end.
but like it's when like everybody opens all their
I
presents.
know.
Oh, another one that most people probably like, and I don't, because I like seeing what other people get.
Oh yeah, opening
And it's
them all
when
at the same
open
time.
them all at the same time. No,
No.
let's not do that. Let's not go there. One at a time. I know it takes forever,
I
but
know, but you're
fun.
You're
It's
having
cool.
fun.
Oh golly, this one's hard. If you could only have one type of Christmas candy this year, because 2020, what would it be?
Can name some Christmas candy because I can't. My
candy
brain.
canes.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, so that I'd want if it was a candy cane.
Peppermints.
Well, no. If it's a candy cane, I want the cherry candy cane. That's my favorite. I know nobody else likes them. So. Oh wait, Madison and I both like it.
God.
Oh,
It tastes like medicine.
No.
It tastes like medicine.
No.
Yeah. You gotta have the Andes mints one.
No.
Yeah, chocolate mint candy cane. Oh, even better, the Spree
I don't like any of those.
or Starburst candy canes. Yeah.
Grandma used to have all the cherry candy canes on her.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Or
I'll
the
give you that.
pop flavor.
All right.
Okay.
What holiday movie or what holiday special do you have to watch over and over again?
White Christmas.
Oh, that was a good one. Since you stole
I
that
have
one.
to. I have to watch at least once though of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, no.
Like there's some that you have to watch, but the ones I can watch over and over is White
So
Christmas.
the precedence of Christmas movies that you have to watch before it's Christmas. There's a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's at Thanksgiving.
Right.
Because the NBC usually throws it the day after
Right.
Thanksgiving or
Because
on
then it's
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
Because
Fun.
then it's Christmas. All right, so you got to watch it. You got to watch it at least once. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that one I could watch over and over again. I like
I could,
that.
but it gets there's a little
does get
section in it that just
Oh, it gets
it
old.
gets too slow for
Right.
me. Sorry.
Yeah, but like
I
Jimmy
love
Stewart's a
the
stud
I
with
love
Donna
the
Reed.
movie. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Like,
I love the movie.
That was fun. Okay. I have a new one now because I watched it. Miracle on 34th Street. That one's cool.
The new version.
Yeah, but I'll even watch the old.
No, was it the?
No,
we
it was
watched
the
new
94 version.
Yeah,
It was
watched
the
it.
94.
But the
version.
old version's really cool
Yeah.
too.
So I don't know if I'd add that. White Christmas is in there.
Okay, and this is an oldie, but it's a cartoon. It's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
You
Not
gotta watch it.
The
No,
new one.
Irving Berlin's.
The
Is that Irving Berlin?
No, that's White Christmas.
That's White Christmas.
I can't. I don't remember who did it, but it was a cartoon, and it's the
Yeah,
old
old
one.
All right, gotta watch that one. Gotta watch Rudolph.
Oh,
Gotta watch Frosty.
Frosty.
Gotta watch. Okay, this is me. Charlie Brown Christmas.
We forgot one. Brendan is.
Oh no! I'm
No!
saving that one for the end.
Oh, okay.
I'm saving it for the end.
You've got to say that one though.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking all the other.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Frosty.
Frosty, Rudolph.
Oh.
The one I didn't ever like was Santa Claus
Was
coming to town. I didn't
yeah.
really like. Oh, the Santa Claus.
Which one? Okay, wait. Okay, hang on. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it was
That
the
they-
North Pole one.
Yes,
Yeah,
that they go
like,
on the
they go-
ATV,
yeah.
not the ATV. Oh my word,
They
the
go
snowmobiles,
and
it's
then
the oil up
the
in the
oil, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I've never seen that
Where
one.
is-
I don't know.
You've
I
never
haven't
seen.
seen.
I
No,
love
I
that
saw.
one.
That used to be my favorite
But I
one.
can't. Where is it now?
I don't know. Like that's the one
I
where
wanna
like they
watch it
started
again.
drilling for oil, and then like the
Yes.
North Pole is falling apart.
Okay, I've got to go find
Yeah.
it this Christmas.
The Santa. It's called the Santa Claus.
Yeah,
That's
I
what it was.
know.
All right, and then the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
I know. So
You gotta
it's
watch
like,
that one. You got to watch that. And then, literally, thank you, Will Ferrell, for this one movie of just Elf.
Yeah.
Just Elf. You got to watch Elf. And really, there's two scenes that make that movie. There's many scenes that make the movie, but two. Number one, you're excited for, like, he's jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about Santa's coming to the store, and he's all excited. I know him. Yeah, that one's cool. My favorite scene is the "You're Not Santa" with the imposter. You spin a web of lies. You smell like beef and cheese. That's the best one.
I love that one.
That's good. That one's good. And then the four food groups: candy canes,
maple
syrup, candy canes.
Oh, you forgot it.
Coca-Cola and something else. I don't remember. I'm probably off on that. But yes.
Okay, but here's a plug. If you really like Christmas movies, go to Freeform. They've got it like the 25 days of Christmas.
It's like 25 million days of Christmas. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, there's a ritual at our house. We have to watch these Christmas movies. And really, literally, It's a Wonderful Life, White Christmas has to play at least once in our house.
Yes.
For it to be Christmas. I mean, White Christmas is the bomb. Holiday Inn, not as good as White Christmas. I'm just saying, no, not as good. It's the same movie.
No, I know.
Same movie.
I don't
same
like
people
one.
in the movie.
Like
you don't make the same movie twice.
No.
That's dumb. All right. What's the weirdest or ugliest Christmas decoration you ever owned? Me. I'm just kidding. Weirdest or ugliest Christmas decoration? I can start. I can talk. I don't know the ugliest.
I don't know.
Weirdest, as a kid, it was weird, but they were cool. My mom kept all the decorations because we were poor. She kept these. They were. I don't know where she bought them. They were storybook decorations out of a book, but they were cardboard, and so you folded them, and it was like Scuffy the Tugboat and Toodle and like all the storybook ones. Scrawny Tiny Lion, the puppy thing.
Oh, the pokey little puppy.
Yeah, and we had a whole bunch of them, and we just decorated them. It was like a storybook thing with that, and so she kept them for a long time, and they were weird. That was just weird.
I don't know.
We don't really have ugly ones. I mean, I guess. Oh, I can think. No, they're not ugly. They're just weird. When my mom lived in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I kind of like those. Though.
She bought these snowmen, but they're of all the colleges.
The football snowmen.
But they're of North Carolina, Duke,
and
NC State.
Well, we have Michigan, and we have. I think we have a TCU one now.
We do.
Like we have more now. She started collecting them and giving them to us.
But she started it with Duke, North Carolina, and NC State. Like.
So she could get them.
As a Michigan fan, I felt slighted when the first one I opened was Duke. And then the second one was University of North Carolina.
Okay.
I hurt. I hurt a bit.
Okay. It's okay.
I'm jaded. Who is the toughest person in our family to buy Christmas for?
Right now? That one's sitting over there.
Nobody can see that. I know. One.
It's a teenager that it's either I don't know what to buy him or he wants the things that cost thousands of dollars.
Don't shake your finger at us. Nobody can see you.
I know.
That's true.
No, it is. It gets to be harder as they grow up. So I think the kids, because you don't.
He's getting a gift card. $20.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I think nowadays with the gift card idea, it's a whole lot easier.
It's that and
but before, oh my word, that's the fun part. But what the hardest though, when I was little, or it was my dad to try to figure out what my dad wanted.
Yeah,
it's easier now with gift cards, but
All right. What was Christmas like growing up with you?
Oh boy. Christmas was interesting. We would just celebrate it whenever. So, I mean, it's not a
growing up. You celebrate it like in July.
No, it would. it'd be over Christmas break at some point, but it would never. I mean, not never. It would end up on Christmas, but if not everybody could be there, it would be okay. Well, we're just gonna wait, because even though my parents were divorced, they would work it out to where they were the house for Christmas morning. We'd have Christmas breakfast. We'd go to grandma's house after we opened our presents, but then my mom went all out for our big presents. Oh boy, we did scavenger hunt around. Like the scavenger hunt was around our house. It had puzzle pieces. I remember that one, and I remember she took 2 colors of yarn, one for my brother and one for me, and decided to make a web all over our house, not just like in our bedrooms or anything. It went around doorknobs. It went around the closet pole inside.
No way.
It went in and out of the refrigerator. I mean, it was like a laser, like, you know how those laser things, and you had to go, we were crawling through. It took us the longest thing. But then because she ended it. I think she ended it in the closet. So we had been wrapping all this yarn around into a ball. I mean, and it wasn't like a little ball. It was a ball of yarn. So it was all over. And I will always remember it. We got into one of the closets, and she had wrapped it around the coat rack, but the ball wouldn't fit. And I was like, oh ticked. My word. So
it'd be so ticked.
So we had to start unrolling it and pulling it through. I remember that. So there you go. That was our. And then
couldn't use scissors and just cut it, and then.
I don't think she would let us. I think that we asked, and she said no. Yeah.
Was the gift worth it?
I don't remember what the gift was.
Wow.
It took forever.
Are you thinking maybe it wasn't worth that?
Well, it was. I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think it was my flute. It wasn't the bike, because that was outside. That led us outside for scavenger hunt at the house. I don't know. I don't know what the gift was, but I will never forget that, because we had the most fun trying to get around the house. So.
My Christmases weren't that cool. No, I don't know. They just.
And then we'd go to grandma's house and do like all the fun. I mean, yeah, our Christmas days.
You guys went all out. I usually spent Christmas at my dad's, so my answer was going to be which Christmas. For that,
I don't know
which Christmas. My mom's Christmas, my dad's Christmas, my grandparents' Christmas. Like which Christmas? So like, I would usually. For me, depending on when school got out, because that was court ruled that once school got out, I had X number of days to get to my dad's or something. So there was only 1 year, because I was sick with strep throat.
Oh.
I was like in 2nd grade, and my dad pitched a royal fit because we were in Greenville, Illinois, and pitched a royal fit. And he wanted me to be up there even when I was sick, and I had to fly after Christmas. But I got to spend extra time up in Michigan up here. But otherwise, I would fly out before Christmas, sometimes up to Christmas Eve. I would fly Christmas Eve. But usually it was a day or two before, like the 22nd, 23rd. And I would be up here until like the 2nd or 3rd, 4th, depending. Usually it was a few days after New Year's Day, because I remember spending New Year's Day up here too. But usually my mom and I would celebrate before Christmas. Mm-hmm. Or we'd celebrate when I got back. But my mom had 2 traditions. Number 1, we opened up 1 present apiece on Christmas Eve, our Christmas Eve. So we made whatever day that was, even if it was like a week before Christmas, like Christmas Eve, and we had a dinner. That's when my mom would usually go and get like the sparkling grape juice, and we did it full out. Mom would make some pretty awesome stuff. Usually it was some type of like meat and potatoes type thing. And we got to open 1 Christmas present, which usually was the smallest Christmas present. But it was cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah. And then Christmas Day, our Christmas Day, we'd open up. But before we could open up any presents, we had to read the Christmas story. Okay, so there was that. At my dad's, that was a total different thing. At Dad's, there might not even be presents under the tree Christmas Eve. Like you'd have some. I shouldn't say that, but usually we'd go get a tree. Like he would wait. Dad usually waited for, even if it was like the day before, we'd go get a tree, and usually went to Ruby Tree Farm outside of Port Huron. Or if it was too late to do that, we'd go to Meyer or someplace with a tree and go get a tree. And then we'd decorate it. It had to be real. There was one year I came in, I think it was that one year I was sick. He already had the tree up.
Right.
So, and then we decorated with tinsel, have fun. And then Christmas morning, like people would come, like my step aunt and uncle would come from Ann Arbor. My great grandma would come from St. Clair. Like it was, my cousins would come when that was the case, and we'd have Christmas. If not, it was just Dad, Penny, and I would have Christmas, and we'd do Christmas, and they'd make sure I opened all my presents first, which was weird, but we do it one at a time.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was Christmas for me. And then when we got older, it was just Mom and I for the longest time doing that. And then when we were dating, that was the first time that like family. It was like a big family thing, and I thought that was cool. All right. Well, you already shared this, but what's your favorite or least favorite Christmas song? So you already shared your least favorite Christmas song, I think, on this video.
Oh, yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on a open fire. So what's your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite.
That's hard.
I think White Christmas is like.
Ooh, that's a good.
I think that's.
What about favorite Christmas carol?
Christmas Carol? I don't know.
I don't know that one either.
It's hard.
There are some pretty bad Christmas carols, but then there are some really good Christmas carols. I agree with you on White Christmas. I think that's good. I think if I were to pick another one, just because I had to sing it at church with Brendan as a baby, was that Joseph's Lullaby. Oh my gosh, that one's so cool. I like that one. If you could travel anywhere for Christmas, where would it be?
Home.
We are home. So where?
Texas.
There you go. Hey, guess where we're going for Christmas? What is the most memorable thing that's happened to you since last Christmas? COVID.
What part of this year?
Well, before you do that,
we went camping. There's like a bunch of stuff that's happened.
I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
It's true, you did. Yes, you did. I don't know. We've just done a lot of stuff. Like it's funny because we say 2020. But you look back in it.
Happened. Yeah.
Oh my word! There's memories that were made that we forget to.
Yep. A few more questions, and then we're gonna get into kind of serious Christmas stuff. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, what's your least favorite item on your Christmas to-do list?
Going shopping.
Yeah, that one's.
I'll wrap any day. I'll wrap.
That. I hate wrapping.
But I cannot stand to go shopping.
I hate wrapping. Gift bags all day. Gift bags.
I like to wrap.
Gift bags. Oh, would you rather have 3 feet of snow or no snow at all on Christmas?
3 feet of snow.
You're so bad. Oh my goodness. Actually, I want 3 feet of snow too. On Christmas, we have to be like Texas or California. It disappears the next day or the same day.
Oh.
Yeah. If someone offered you a gift card to any store, what store would that be?
Can it be a Visa card?
Oh, that's cheating. It has to be a store.
Aww. An Amazon gift card.
That's so cheating. All right. I'm not even going to answer that because you just cheated. You just cheated. What's your... so cheap. You can't do that. It can't be like, well, if it's not a Visa card, it's a MasterCard card. Man. Discover. That'd be like saying, I want more wishes. You can't wish for more wishes. Here, hold on a second. All right, so if your favorite character your favorite character from a Christmas themed movie, book, or TV special.
My favorite character from a Christmas themed
movie, book, or TV special?
Charlie Brown.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I think we forget about that one. It's such a good one. I like Charlie Brown in it.
Wow, I was gonna say Elf, but all right.
Okay, then say Elf, but I think Charlie Brown
Like, I don't know.
or Rudolph.
The one I could do without out of all of them, if we didn't watch a movie, would be The Grinch.
What about the Polar Express? That's a book. There's not a character
that's
in
a
it
good
though.
one too, man.
That's a
Polar Express. That's a good one. The Star.
yeah. There are a bunch of. I've been doing
Some-
Christmas stuff.
So,
Not ready for it, but
if you were Santa
okay.
and you could only have one cookie all Christmas Eve, what type of cookie would you be asking the kids to make?
Insomnia sugar cookies.
Oh God, that's a good one too. Golly. Everybody go to Mount Pleasant to Insomnia Cookies. It's open until 3 a.m. and just go get sugar cookies. I will oatmeal raisin.
That'd be good too. But the insomnia sugar cookies.
No. Pumpkin cookie. No. The
Isn't the He-Man cookies?
Oh, those were good too. Yeah, He-Man cookies. My uncle's He-Man cookies.
Yeah.
No, the
Okay, let Brendan.
What?
You guys are forgetting the best one.
No bakes. No bake cookies.
Oh.
Yeah, no bakes. Yeah, that's it.
Those things
We
are
can make those all
The
day.
insomnia
Gooey
sugar
goodness
cookies.
is what that is.
Here you go. Would you rather
Oh, would you rather?
build a snowman, go sledding? You know you have a little girl when you go, do you want to build a snowman? And everybody goes,
Do you want to
build a snowman?
Right.
Wow, you can go farther. I wasn't going there. All right. We've watched too much Frozen. Would you rather build a snowman, go sledding, have a snowball fight, or stay inside drinking hot chocolate?
Stay inside and look at the snow outside with the hot chocolate.
Hence why she likes snow. She doesn't go outside.
Okay, if I had to pick one of the outside activities, though, it would have to be between sledding and building a snowman. I don't prefer having balls of ice thrown at me, so
It's not ice. It's
hard packed snow.
Hard packed snow. That's all it is.
That makes it a solid at that point, so it hurts. All right, keep going.
Well, no, I gotta answer that. I'm gonna say sledding all day, every day,
Yeah. it
with a break of building a snowman.
Okay.
All right. No, before that, it's the silent build a snow fort. Because it wasn't there. That's
we
right.
tried to when we were in Kansas with my aunt, and we tried to.
We gotta
build
do that out here
a
sometime.
fort.
Name 3 words that describe Christmas for you. That best describe Christmas.
Happiness, family. I don't know. I mean, I could always say that, like, Jesus, because it's his birth, but I'm not.
You can say that.
It's more than that. I can't think of the word I want to use.
Happiness, family, Jesus. That's where we are at right now.
That's not what I. It's hard to get across what I mean. I was gonna say new beginnings, but that's not really.
Gift.
Maybe let's do that.
Gift. Okay. I
Not
like those words.
necessarily
I like those words. I'm stealing your words.
No, that's fine.
But the true meaning of Christmas is blank.
Well, celebrating Jesus coming down as a baby.
Okay. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
As we wrap this little thing up in a nice little bow. All right. I gotta find the questions. Most of these we have asked already.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not gonna ask these. The questions I am gonna ask actually kind of pertain to a small group topic of the war on Christmas. There's a video because it's on YouTube. You can go look it up. It's actually a CBS This Morning article thing. It was a couple years ago. You remember how Starbucks changed their coffee cup, and they had this whole big old war on Christmas, and you can't say Christmas; it has to say Happy Holidays and all that. Okay, so yeah, okay. All that being said, when I ask, what's the meaning of Christmas? What is the meaning of Christmas for a Christian? What does Christmas mean to other religions?
I cannot answer that question because I don't know how they view it. That would be questions to ask them.
Sure.
Which would be a good
question
conversation starter because that way you can find out.
So, kind of in this thing, I'm going to read these questions that are in here, okay?
Okay.
And see what you would say based off of this. So, should we care if companies remove Christmas decorations from their products or displays?
Should we care?
Yeah. Should we care if companies remove?
Okay.
And there's going to be a follow-up question for how you answer this.
I know. Would I be kind of upset? Yes. But you also have to see it as it's your decision who you buy things from.
Sure.
And does it really matter what their take on Christmas is if you know how you feel about Christmas? You kind of get to the point that it's their opinion, not deal with it.
Okay.
Don't make everybody do exactly what you do.
So is your answer, yes, you'd be upset, but we shouldn't care?
We shouldn't because
it's our choice.
That's their choice.
It's their choice. All right, so the reason I say that, there's a follow-up question.
Okay.
Okay. So if we shouldn't care, if we don't care, or not that we don't care, but we shouldn't care, what's the reason we shouldn't care, and why do you believe that many Christians get worked up about it and even boycott companies that do that?
I think people that boycott companies for whatever reason at Christmas time, maybe they don't agree with them not having Christmas decorations. They may not agree with how they displayed some. It
Sure.
could be anything. I think they've really lost the true meaning of what you're trying to accomplish, whether you're a Christian or not. I mean, you're seriously letting somebody else, again, going back, steal your joy of Christmas. Like, are you going to allow that? You're the one. It's on you at that point, not on anybody else.
All right, I'm totally with you. Like, would I be upset? Yeah, I'd be upset.
Does it bother me? Yes. I'm not gonna say that.
Would I boycott a company? No. Like, if millions and millions of people boycotted, it would make a difference.
It would have to be a really good reason.
Because they took down the manger scene at their non-Christian company. Sorry, not going to boycott you. No, again, I'm not going to force.
Everybody has different opinions.
Again, this is me being political. I'm not going to force my opinion on somebody else or my viewpoints on somebody else. It's called freedom of religion for a reason, and freedom of speech, freedom of choice. Like, it's a choice, and it goes both ways, not just the way I want. That being said, I have the right to go to that company. I have the freedom of choice, and I can say, you know what, I'm not going to your company because you took down whatever, and you're not celebrating Christmas. Fine, okay, cool. That's my thing. Now, follow up to the follow up. What would Jesus do in that situation?
I don't think he would not be focusing on the material things at that point at all.
Hold on, before you answer any more, try to give biblical proof. I could, but try to give biblical proof for your answer.
But he never had a lot of stuff, so he did not focus on the material things.
Sure.
So what would he do? He wouldn't. I don't think he would let anything material really upset him. Except for when he was in the temple, he did let that. but that was for
That
a
wasn't
good
for
reason.
materialistic things.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So that was a time that I think he
Yep.
should, but
Yep.
that was the time. There was when you go walking, if you walked into a store and they didn't have the Christian Christmas themed decorations, he's not.
Or if they didn't have Christmas decorations.
I know,
in
but
general.
what I'm saying is he would probably. I get it, but what I'm saying is that it wouldn't matter to him.
Okay, I agree with you.
I think it would matter of who was walking through the
There you
store
go.
and what he was seeing. Like,
There you go.
did they have smiles on their faces? Were they upset? Did they look lost in many different realms? Or he would care more about who was going in and out of the store, who was working at the store, what the situations are that brought them to the store, like anything and everything. But it would have to be about the people and not about the decorations.
See, it would be about the people. That's exactly it. It wouldn't be about the stuff. And when you brought up the temple, it's the same thing. It was about the people, and about their attitude, not about the stuff in the temple. Because the things that were, it wasn't even about the selling of things. It was the attitude in which they were being sold, and the fact that the people selling them were making an abnormal profit, and extorting God's people. That's it had nothing to do with actually selling stuff in the temple. It was the attitude behind it. That being said, Jesus hung out with people, and I think going with this, should we care if companies remove Christmas stuff? No, we shouldn't. Yet Christians do jump all over it, and why? That shows.
Well, they think it's
taking.
I should say this. I think we as Christians think that that's one of the sacred holidays, which means
it is.
No, what I'm saying is they think
tread
that
lightly.
No. I should say we, because
we're part of it.
We as Christians tend to want to force what we think onto people at Christmas, at Easter. Not just So I think we become bent out of shape if not everything leads back to that.
I have to remind myself, who did Jesus hang out with? Because it all goes back to that. Jesus cared more about the person, yet he hung out with the sinners, the tax collectors, like the prostitutes.
How many stories in the Bible deal with somebody that
he didn't hang out with the religious leaders? He didn't hang out with the teachers of the law, the people that were forcing that. He was hanging out with the other people, the others, the social justice people. That's what we should be doing at Christmas.
Definitely.
Like that's what it is.
Well, and then we're spending this week with the homeless shelter. Like that is like
So should we expect companies led by non-Christians? What should we expect companies led by non-Christians to do about promoting Christmas?
Do whatever they want to.
Okay, so should they promote Christmas?
If they want to.
So it goes back to choice.
It goes back to choice. And of course, in society, we have had so many people who have not been happy with the Christian stores because they have a belief and they decorate or do it one way, and they're taken to court and lose things like their livelihood when all you have to do is there's probably another store down the road that's probably. But what I'm saying is, if we were to look at that, we cannot.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. It
goes both ways.
It's like it's somebody's opinion. Just
Yep. I think the last question is the question that we go with. Like as we wrap this up, as we're looking at Christmas playlist and we're looking at those songs in the Bible, the 4 Christmas songs, okay, and looking at how those change the world, and we look at our Christmas playlist and is it the same? Is it different? All right, so that's what we're doing. But it goes to this, and this is kind of the theme for Christmas this year. What are some practical ways Christians can use this Christmas season to witness to others?
How about giving instead of taking?
What?
Go spend your time. I think the most fun time to go shopping, which is something I absolutely despise, especially at this time of year because it's just crazy. How about going and grabbing an angel off the angel tree?
Yeah.
And giving them a Christmas they'll never forget.
Yep.
Or going to the homeless shelter or a soup kitchen on Christmas Day and just hang out. Like, go and not focus on the material things. Go and focus on the people you're with. That might be friends and family. Go soak it up. You never know what tomorrow holds. So how do you know if you're going to be here tomorrow? Enjoy what the people you are with. Where you're at.
I think my favorite thing for Christmas, I just thought of this, like, when you were talking about that. You remember in youth group, we took all the youth to the mall one year, and we got them into groups, and I think we gave them $5. We said in 5, or maybe it was $10.
That's right.
And we went to the Galleria. It was in Texas.
Yes, it was.
Because we went ice skating that day.
Yep.
And we said, okay, hey, I think it was $10. I don't remember how much it was. It was something obscenely small. We gave each group I think it was $10 because there were like 10 groups. We gave them like $100 total. We had $100 that we did. And we said, okay, we want you to go into this mall. And this was one of the most expensive malls in Texas, in at least the Dallas area, the Galleria. And we said, for $10, we want you to come back with the coolest gift that you could ever get from this mall for $10. All right. And they came back with some cool stuff.
Did.
Like, there was one group I remember that went onto a clearance rack, I think at Macy's.
Yeah.
And got some, like, I think they got gloves, hat, and a scarf for $10. And they all matched. And they all were different things. Like, they got them from different areas, but it was like closeout stuff. Somebody else got a $10 gift card to, at that point, it was the music store.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was, but it was a music store for CDs. And someone else went to, I don't know, they candy store and bought $10 in candy. And we said, that's great. And what we had told them ahead of time is, you're going to switch with another group after you get your gift. We're going to bring these gifts together. You're going to switch. Well, what we didn't tell them is, instead of switching with the group, you're going to go find somebody in the mall, and you're just going to hand it to them and say, Merry Christmas. This is for you. And that blew their minds, because number one, it's total strangers. And number two, I remember these strangers were getting upset, mainly because they were like, that gift isn't free. And I remember the group that gave the hat, scarf, and gloves to a person because they were ice skating without gloves. I think, if I remember, they didn't have a hat or gloves. They had a scarf. But that person teared up and was like, and we explained to them, hey, when you give it to them, you need to explain the Christmas story, not just be like, hey, we're giving you this, but there's a reason we're giving you this. Like, we're here with the youth group, explain kind of the situation and say, hey, this is part of our group thing that we're doing, is we're buying gifts and explaining what it means to have Christmas, what this Christmas season's about. It's about receiving a gift, and the gift is, and explaining the good news and the gospel message in that. And I remember the look on the youth's face. Number one, it was pure terror, because now you gotta give a gift.
To talk to strangers.
Woo! Like, it's one thing in a youth group.
I think a lot of them tried to find kids to do it too, as well, because it's a whole lot easier to talk to kids.
And that was pre a lot of stuff. So, but just to watch them do that. Here's the challenge for you. Do that. Number one, you don't have to go to the coolest mall. You don't have to go to the coolest store. Find something, a gift card. Just a gift card to, if you're here in Michigan, a gift card to Bigby.
I was thinking, go get
a coffee.
Go get $50 worth of $5 gift cards.
Ooh.
Hand them out.
Yeah. Starbucks. People like Starbucks. McDonald's. Five Guys. Well, you can't get much for $5 at Five Guys. But
I mean, if you think about it, we
a
all
food
go
thing
out
is
and
good. A food thing is good.
We go out and we spend all this money on gifts for us. Why not spread that around?
Why not do that? So the challenge this month is to do that, to take $50. Now, for some of us, that might be hard.
Yeah.
Do $20. That might be too hard. $10, $5, $1. You can get some cool stuff at the dollar store. Get a dollar thing. That's cool. Whatever you can afford, take that. I think we're going to challenge our family. We're going to do 50. We're going to do 50, and we're going to take, and maybe even just do $5, $10 ones. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
And we're going to find some families, and we're going to do that. We're just going to say, here, this is for you, but explain why. Not just, here, have a card, but explain why. Like, hey, this card is a gift. This card is a gift for you from us. Merry Christmas. What that means is that there's a gift that's even better than this. And explain that. Explain what Christmas means and share that with them. Will you get some confused looks? Probably. Will you get some
upset people?
Yeah, you probably will. Will you get some people that will truly touch? Yeah. And make sure to pray for them if they allow you to. Most people will. And I know this is hard. It's easy for me. And even I say it's easy for me. It's so not easy for me. I may be a people person, but this still puts me outside my comfort zone. So when I say it's easy, it's not. And I know it's not for her at all whatsoever. And I know it's not for our kids, even though they're people, like people. But it's outside. It's going to be tough, but share this Christmas. As we talk about this Christmas playlist this year of what these songs truly mean and what the original Christmas playlist was about. We look at Christmas and we look to ourselves first, and it's not about us. It's about God. And it's about God's gift for us. So here's the challenge. Give this Christmas. And hopefully in the next few weeks, past this video, we'll talk about that. We might share some stories as to what happens. Like,
I know. We
good,
want to
bad, or
know
indifferent.
what happens. What did you get out of it?
So
not just the dreading of
put in the chat, even in the next few weeks, put in the chat, say, hey, got a story. We'll get in touch with you, hopefully, and message, and we can see if we can get that story out for everybody to hear, even if it's our story or your story, whose ever story. I think it's a really good challenge. That's going to be a hard one, man. That's gonna be tough.
I think it's a good one now.
I think so. That reminds me of the Christmas Eve one that we did a few years ago with the Christmas ball and took it on the airplane and got chewed, and then the person didn't like it.
Okay.
Anyway, hey. All right. Anything else?
No.
You got nothing?
No.
All right. So the second set of questions, I'm just
good night. I will see you later.
No. We're going to pray.
I know. Go ahead and pray. I will.
So, again, Christmas. Hope to see you. Make sure to also, I was going to say, make sure to watch not only the Fireside Chats, but also jump onto the channel on the Central Michigan Free Methodist Church's channel. There's many different options on there.
Commotion, sheep.
Just quick, what is sheep?
Church. It's a podcast.
We're just going to say.
Accurate.
No, it's a small group podcast.
Yes,
that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to explain.
There's many options on there.
There's a lot of different things. The whole goal of sheep is to get some discipleship out there. It's not necessarily for new Christians, but if you are and you want to jump on that, it answers some questions. It shows kind of where we are. But it kind of takes today's topics, explains where we are as a church. Fireside Chats, you already know because you're here. But Commotion with Kids, we've got a few videos on there. And if we go virtual, which it kind of might be that way if we're not already there, we'll have our virtual kids. We'll more than likely have a Summit youth channel as well on here for 6th grade through 12th grade. So we've got those. And then we've got our sermon, actual worship services on there as well. So make sure to check those out. And we'll go from there. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
All right. Let's pray. And then we'll wrap up. Lord, we just want to thank you so much that we can come hang and talk and get ready for Christmas, even though, man, it seems like it's still a ways away yet. It's coming up on us. Lord, help us and challenge us to give this year, to really challenge ourselves and to look to you and be reminded what it truly means to celebrate Christmas, and to look at that Christmas playlist that was the original playlist of Mary's song, Simeon's, Zechariah's, and the angels when your son was born, God. Help us and remind us of that true meaning. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. We'll see you next week on Fireside Chat.